6 lucky numbers to win big and get rich on Monday, May 26th, 2025. Buddhist teachings. What if I told you that luck isn't something you chase, it's something you become? This Monday, May 26th, 2025, 6 powerful numbers rise, not just as digits to win by, but as ancient symbols of insight, growth, and quiet transformation. While the world rushes to play the game of chance, we're taking a different path. A path rooted in Buddhist wisdom where numbers become mirrors, luck becomes alignment, and abundance starts from within. Because here's the truth, real wealth isn't just measured in what you gain, but in who you become along the way. So if you're ready to uncover the deeper meaning behind fortune and receive 6 powerful messages to guide your week, stay with me. Let's explore the spiritual side of luck and how these 6 numbers might just be the signs your soul has been waiting for. 1. Number 27. Transformation through awareness. Number 27 symbolizes quiet inner transformation. It doesn't shout or seek attention. It grows silently from stillness and clarity. Rather than being a lucky charm, it's a spiritual mirror, reflecting your past, present, and potential future, urging you to grow into your highest self. In numerology, 2 represents intuition and connection, while 7 stands for wisdom and spiritual depth. Together, they form 27, a number of conscious change that begins from within, not from outside events. It marks the moment when you choose truth over illusion. In Buddhism, karma isn't punishment, it's cause and effect. As the Dhammapada says, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. Number 27 often appears when the quiet seeds you've planted, acts of compassion, honesty, healing, are ready to bloom. But to grow, you must let go of something outdated. Ask yourself, what belief or identity have I outgrown? Maybe it's fear, perfectionism, or an inner critic. 27 invites you to release the old version of yourself that once protected you but no longer serves you. Try this. Write a goodbye letter to that past self. Thank it, bless it, and let it go. Burn it, bury it, or keep it as a sacred reminder of your growth. This isn't about chasing luck. It's about becoming someone who lives with clarity and truth. As Zen Master Shunryu Suzuki said, each of you is perfect the way you are, and you can use a little improvement. Seeing 27 is a sign. Realign with your true self. Let go not with shame, but with gratitude. Just like the lotus rises from the mud, your challenges were the soil of your transformation. Now is the time to rise, wisely, truthfully, and with grace. 2. Number 44. Healing and inner foundation. Let's talk about a number that carries quiet, powerful wisdom. Number 44. You may have seen it pop up in your life when things feel shaken. Your plans go off track, your confidence wavers, or your sense of direction feels lost. In these moments, number 44 doesn't arrive as a flashy miracle. It shows up like a gentle whisper, reminding you of your inner strength. In numerology, the number 4 is about building strong foundations and structure. When it doubles into 44, it becomes what's known as a master number, deepening its meaning into something sacred. In Buddhist thought, healing doesn't mean avoiding pain. It means staying with it, breathing through it, and allowing awareness to transform it. Number 44 represents this inner foundation, the grounded space within you that remains unshaken even when the outside world trembles. Are you facing uncertainty or carrying something heavy in silence? Then perhaps this message is for you. Number 44 doesn't tell you to escape or pretend everything's fine. It invites you to rebuild, slowly, patiently, and with self-compassion. It's like a wise teacher, helping you remember you are not broken, you are rebuilding. In astrology, this number carries the energy of Saturn, the planet of time, responsibility, and discipline. It teaches that true healing isn't rushed. It unfolds when we trust the rhythm of life and lean into steady practice. Here's a small but powerful step you can take today. Sit quietly for a few minutes, close your eyes, and imagine the number 44 shining before you like warm golden light. Let it surround you. Let it remind you that healing is happening, silently, surely. Say quietly to yourself, I am held, I am healing, I am rebuilding. Let this number wrap around your heart like a steady hand on your shoulder, because sometimes the most powerful act is to pause, gather your breath, and start again. So ask yourself now, what part of you is ready to rise again? Number 44 isn't about striving or chasing, it's about coming home to yourself, to your breath, and to the truth that even after chaos, you can rebuild with more clarity and strength than before. The lesson of 44 is this: you are not lost. You are returning. Keep going, one breath at a time. 3. Number 22, the Master Builder. If you're hearing this right now, pause for a moment and take it as a quiet but powerful sign, because number 22, often called the Master Builder, isn't just a number. It's a message, and maybe today that message is meant just for you. In numerology, 22 carries one of the highest frequencies, a rare vibration that merges deep spiritual insight with grounded, real-world action. It's not here to promise sudden riches or instant luck. It's here to invite you to build something lasting, something rooted in purpose. In Buddhism, we learn through the Noble Eightfold Path that right action is not just about doing what's good, it's about doing it with full presence, mindful intention, and harmony with the world around us. So let me ask you, truly, what vision have you been carrying quietly in your heart? Is there a dream you've been postponing, waiting for the right time to arrive? Maybe it's a passion project, a life change, a healing journey, or simply a daily habit you know would bring you peace. Number 22 doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for devotion. It asks you to begin not with fear, but with quiet faith. The Buddha said, "With our thoughts we make the world." And number 22 reminds us, with our actions we shape it. The magic doesn't happen all at once. It happens day by day, showing up, choosing to keep going, and placing each brick with intention. What if, starting today, you created a simple 22-day practice? One step every day, write, walk, breathe, save, learn, connect anything that moves your vision from idea to reality. Thich Nhat Hanh said, "The way to live in peace is to be peace." So ask yourself, what am I ready to build, slowly, lovingly, with the patience of someone who knows the journey matters more than the destination? This is your invitation not to chase success, but to become the builder of a meaningful life. Let's not just wish for luck on May 26th. Let's meet that day with intention, with action, and with a spirit that says, "I'm ready now." Because true fortune doesn't come from waiting, it rises gently from the quiet, steady hands that dare to build. You're not here by chance. These 6 lucky numbers have found you for a reason. Comment "Fortune awakens" below to welcome wealth into your life with mindfulness and intention. Keep watching. What comes next may be the turning point you've been waiting for. 4. Number 18. Endurance and karmic strength. Number 18 is not the kind of lucky number that offers quick thrills or overnight riches. Instead, it holds the deep energy of karmic transformation and enduring inner strength. In Buddhist thought, the path to awakening is not always paved with ease. It often requires us to meet our hardships with awareness and courage. When we break down the number 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9, we land on the powerful symbolism of the number 9, a sacred digit in many Eastern philosophies representing completion, inner wisdom, and the closing of karmic cycles. This means that if 18 is showing up in your life, it may be a signal that you're on the edge of a personal breakthrough, not despite your current struggles, but because of them. The Buddha taught, "Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes." What feels like pressure or fatigue may actually be your soul preparing to release old weight, old wounds, and outdated beliefs that no longer serve you. Think of it not as punishment, but as preparation. The universe, through karma, may be presenting you with the final tests of a chapter that's ready to close. And in this way, the luck of 18 isn't external but internal. It points to the strength you've been building quietly, the patience you've been practicing, and the quiet ways you've shown up for yourself, even when no one else noticed. As you reflect on this number, consider this quote by Zen Nhat Thich Nhat Hanh: "No mud, no lotus." Without facing and enduring life's messiness, beauty and growth would be impossible. So, instead of waiting for signs that things will get easier, take a moment today to look back at what you've already survived. Write down 3 challenges you've come through in the past few years, perhaps a loss, a transition, or even a period of loneliness. Then ask yourself, what strengths did I develop because of this? That is the true reward number 18 brings, not fleeting luck, but earned wisdom. Astrologically, 18 aligns with the moon, ruler of intuition and the unseen. So even if you can't yet see the changes ahead, trust that they are already unfolding beneath the surface. And remember, your endurance is not a delay. It is the path itself. And in walking it, you are already becoming the person who is ready to receive what's next. 5. Number 11. Intuition and awakening. Let's talk about something you may have noticed without knowing exactly why it matters: the number 11. Have you ever caught the clock at exactly 1:11 or spotted 11 on a receipt, a street sign, or even in a dream? It might feel like a coincidence, but in both Buddhist wisdom and ancient numerology, number 11 carries deep meaning. It's called the spiritual doorway, a gentle invitation from the universe to pause and tune in. This number doesn't scream for attention. It quietly nudges your awareness, encouraging you to notice that something inside you is beginning to shift. In a world so full of noise and distraction, number 11 is like a soft whisper reminding you to listen within. And that's where true awakening begins, not with facts or advice, but with that still, small voice inside that says, "This is the way." Have you been feeling off, unsure, or disconnected lately? That's not a sign that you've failed. It's a sacred signal that it's time to come back home to yourself. In Buddhist practice, awareness is the first step to awakening, and number 11 often appears just when you need that reminder. It's telling you that you already have the answers, you just need to slow down and listen. For the next 11 days, try this. Each morning, Sit in stillness for 10 minutes. No phone, no noise. Just breathe and ask yourself, what is my intuition trying to tell me today? Don't judge what comes up, whether it's a thought, a feeling, or even just silence. Honor it. This practice reconnects you with your inner compass, the one that never leads you astray. And when you begin to trust that voice more than the noise outside, you'll notice life starts flowing in beautiful, unexpected ways. So the next time you see 11, smile. It's not just a number. It's a message, a signpost, a reminder that you're not lost. You're waking up. And here's the message to carry forward. Your truth already lives inside you. The more you listen to it, the more aligned, peaceful, and powerful your journey becomes. Now, what is your inner voice trying to tell you today? 6. Number 3. Authentic self-expression. On this Monday, May 26, 2025, as you look to unlock your fortune, there's one number you need to pay special attention to. Number 3. But this isn't just about lucky digits or superstition. Number 3 carries a deeper, more powerful message, rooted in ancient Buddhist wisdom and timeless human truth. Think about this for a moment. When was the last time you truly spoke your mind, from the heart, without shrinking, without apologizing, without trying to sound like anyone else? That's the call of number 3. It's the call to live from your authentic self. In Buddhism, this number is sacred because it represents the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. These aren't just concepts, they're living energies that guide us toward awakening. And awakening, my friend, begins with honesty, with the courage to be who you really are. Number 3 is not about being loud for the sake of noise. It's about being so true to yourself that the universe can't help but respond. Have you ever noticed that when you stop pretending and start showing up as you are, unexpected opportunities begin to appear? A message from someone who just felt like reaching out, a connection that opens doors, a chance that seems too good to be random. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. Because luck follows truth, not perfection. Jupiter, the planet connected to this number, is all about expansion, abundance, and big blessings. And when you express yourself fearlessly, you're not just being creative, you're stepping into a space where life begins to move with you, not against you. So let me ask you, what truth have you been silencing? What part of your story is aching to be told, even if your voice shakes? Maybe it's time to post that video, start that project, or finally say the thing you've been holding in. You don't have to be perfect, just real, because being real is rare, and rare things attract value. This week, I invite you to do one bold thing that reflects your truth. Something small, even, just enough to shake off the mask. When you do, you'll notice that what you've been chasing might just start chasing you. So ask yourself, gently but honestly, what part of me is finally ready to be seen? Let number 3 be your guide, and let today be the day you choose truth over fear. The journey to abundance begins with awareness, and you've already taken the first step. Type abundant mind in the comments to set your intention for prosperity this Monday, May 26, 2025. Stay tuned. More insight is coming that could shift your path toward true success and spiritual harmony. Generosity, the hidden key to luck. Have you ever noticed that the people who give the most often seem to have the most? Not just in money or possessions, but in joy, relationships, and even unexpected opportunities. In Buddhism, this isn't a coincidence. It's a reflection of a deep truth. Generosity opens the door to good fortune. While some may call it karma, others might call it luck, but at its core, generosity is a force that sets positive energy in motion. It shifts our mindset, transforms our relationships, and connects us with the flow of life. Number 1. Generosity shifts our inner state. In the teachings of the Buddha, generosity, dana, is not just a moral act but a profound spiritual tool that gently reshapes our inner world. It's considered the very first of the 10 perfections, paramis, and for good reason. True generosity isn't measured by how much we give, but by the sincerity and warmth in our giving. Whether we offer someone our time, a listening ear, or a small act of kindness, we start loosening the tight grip of attachment and self-centered thinking that often dominates our lives. In doing so, we make room inside ourselves for something greater to arise. As the Buddha once said, "If beings knew, as I know, the results of giving and sharing, they would not eat without having given." When we give without expectation, we stop clinging to what we think we need to control. This shift, subtle but powerful, allows the mind to breathe, to open and to soften. Our generosity becomes a quiet rebellion against fear and scarcity, and it gradually shifts the emotional currents within us from tension to peace, from anxiety to confidence. As we release ourselves from the small self, the ego that always wants more, we start living in alignment with something deeper and more resilient. Luck, then, is no longer a mystical force we hope will randomly favor us. Rather, it becomes the natural outcome of a balanced, open-hearted way of being. When the mind is clear and the heart unburdened, we see opportunities more easily, connect with others more sincerely, and find that the right people and events often show up just when we need them. The 13th century Persian poet Rumi captured it well. Try to be a sheet of paper with nothing on it. Be a spot of ground where nothing is growing, where something might be planted, a seed possibly, from the absolute. Generosity clears that space in us, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, where unexpected blessings can take root. And in today's fast-moving transactional world, this is more relevant than ever. We're bombarded by messages that tell us to accumulate, to win, to always seek the upper hand. But giving disrupts that cycle. It reminds us that real strength isn't in how much we hold on to, but in how freely we can let go. And that's a radical and deeply human act. When we practice generosity, consistently and with mindfulness, we invite a kind of inner luck that's grounded in presence and emotional resilience. We become more connected to others, more aware of what truly matters, and more able to handle the ups and downs of life. So, if you're feeling stuck or unlucky, start small. Offer your attention without distraction. Speak kind words without needing praise, or give someone your time without looking at the clock. These are not just gestures, they are steps on the path of awakening. As Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, "The greatest gift we can offer anyone is our true presence. In giving we receive, not in material form, but in the steady unfolding of inner peace, clarity, and the quiet joy that follows those who live with an open hand and heart." Number 2. Generosity builds meaningful connections. Have you ever noticed how being around someone who's genuinely kind and generous just feels good? There's a natural warmth that draws you in, like a quiet light that makes people feel seen and safe. That's the power of generosity. It creates a ripple of trust and connection that's hard to ignore. When we give freely, not out of obligation but from the heart, we naturally build bridges between ourselves and others, whether it's in a personal relationship, within a community, or even in a professional setting. That spirit of giving can turn simple interactions into lasting bonds. People may forget what you said or did, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. And when that feeling is kindness, it tends to stick with them. So ask yourself, when was the last time you gave without expecting anything back? How did it change the energy around you? Generosity, when practiced with sincerity, often speaks louder than any strategy or plan. In a world where many focus on competition, getting ahead, or protecting what's mine, a generous act can feel revolutionary. And yet, it doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes it's a small gesture, a smile, a listening ear, a helping hand, that opens the door to deep and meaningful connections. When we show up for people with compassion and authenticity, we build something that money or status can't buy: genuine goodwill. And that goodwill tends to circle back in unexpected ways. Maybe it's a friend recommending you for a new opportunity. Maybe it's a stranger paying it forward. Or maybe it's just the peace of knowing you've contributed something positive to someone else's journey. That's why it's often said that opportunities don't always come from effort alone, but from relationships built on trust. Think about that for a moment. How many of the good things in your life came not just from what you did, but from who you knew and how you treated them? This is where generosity becomes a quiet kind of luck. It doesn't guarantee a reward, but it plants seeds in places we may not see right away. These seeds grow over time, nurtured by connection, care, and presence. So instead of chasing good fortune, what if we focused on creating it by simply being generous with our time, our words, and our attention? And here's something to reflect on. When we live generously, how does that change the way others see us? And more importantly, how we see ourselves? Generosity isn't just about giving something away. It's about opening ourselves up. It's about saying, I see you, I value you, and I want to contribute to your well-being. That level of awareness deepens our sense of purpose and helps us feel less isolated. It pulls us out of the narrow space of self-interest and places us gently into the wider world of shared experience. When we give with no strings attached, we grow spiritually. We become more human. So what's the takeaway here? Generosity is not just an action, it's a way of being. It draws people in, builds relationships, and makes our world feel a little more connected. It's not about keeping score or expecting something in return. It's about choosing to be a source of kindness in a world that often forgets how much we need it. In return, you may find that the universe responds in subtle, surprising ways. The luck we speak of isn't random. It's the result of a life lived with open hands and an open heart. So, start today. Give a little more time, attention, encouragement, and see what changes around you. More importantly, see what changes within you. Number 3. Generosity aligns us with the flow of the universe. Let me share something with you that might quietly shift the way you experience life. Generosity is not just a kind gesture. It's a powerful force that aligns you with the deeper flow of the universe. You might have felt it before, in those small moments when you gave something to someone, not for praise, not for recognition, but because it felt right. That feeling, that warmth that spreads through your chest, is a sign you've touched something sacred. You see, life is not meant to be tightly held or rigidly controlled. Just like the seasons, it moves in cycles of giving and receiving, of breathing in and breathing out. When you give freely, without expectation, you're not losing something. You're becoming part of this natural rhythm, this universal dance. And that's where the hidden key to what we often call luck lies. Luck isn't just random chance. It's the ripple effect of unseen causes we've set in motion through our intentions and actions. As the Buddha taught, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. And part of that spiritual life is practicing dana, or generosity. In Buddhist teachings, dana is considered the first perfection, the gateway to the other virtues. Why? Because it softens the ego. It dissolves that tight sense of me and mine that keeps us separate from others. When you give, whether it's your time, your attention, your resources, you begin to loosen that grip. You become more open, more trusting, and in turn, more trusted. And what's truly beautiful is that the universe responds. Not always immediately, not always in the way you expect, but as the law of karma teaches, wholesome actions lead to wholesome results. What you give doesn't vanish into the void, it plants seeds in the field of life. Seeds that will sprout when the conditions are right. It might return as a smile on a hard day, an opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere, or a helping hand just when you needed one most. Have you ever looked back at your life and realized that some of the most meaningful moments, the ones that truly shifted your path, came not from what you chased, but from what you offered? That's the subtle power of generosity. It opens doors you didn't know were there. It creates bridges where you thought there were walls. And more than that, it transforms you. Not just how others see you, but how you see the world. Suddenly, you begin to notice the abundance that was already around you. You begin to feel less lack, less fear, and more connection. The world begins to feel less like a battleground and more like a shared home. So let me ask you, what could you offer today, even if it's something small? Could you be generous with your patience, your listening? Could you offer forgiveness where resentment has been sitting? When we practice generosity, we're not just helping others, we're polishing our own heart, cultivating a deeper joy that doesn't depend on outside circumstances. In the Dhammapada, it is said, "If beings knew, as I know, the results of giving and sharing, they would not eat without having given." That's how powerful it is. That's how transformative it can be. In the end, generosity is not about wealth. It's about mindset. It's about presence. It's about aligning ourselves with the truth that we are not separate from each other, that every act of giving is a step toward wholeness. So the next time you have the chance to give, ask yourself, not what will I lose, but what might grow from this? Because in the garden of life, it's not just about what you receive, it's about what you're willing to plant. Thank you for being with us in today's reflection on generosity. It's truly uplifting to walk this path together. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Has generosity ever brought unexpected blessings into your life? Feel free to share your story in the comments, or if you're new here, just write, "I am a seed," to let us know you're beginning your journey. If you've been walking with us for a while, type, "I am growing." Your presence continues to inspire this community. Let's keep discovering the quiet power of kindness together. Rituals to Align with Prosperity, a Buddhist-inspired guide to daily abundance. Many of us have been taught to chase prosperity through relentless effort, strategic planning, or hoping for the right opportunity to knock. And while discipline and wisdom have their place, true prosperity, one that nourishes the soul and sustains the heart, begins with alignment. When our thoughts, emotions, and actions flow in harmony, we naturally create a life that reflects inner abundance. This isn't about superstition or magical thinking, but about aligning our internal energy with the life we aspire to live. Much like a skilled musician tunes their instrument before a concert, so must we tune our minds and hearts each day if we wish to perform the music of a prosperous life. The Buddha once said, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become." When our inner world becomes a place of clarity, calm, and compassionate intent, our outer world responds in kind. Not always immediately, but undeniably and meaningfully over time. Start with the morning, the sacred threshold between the quiet of sleep and the movement of the world. Before emails, news, or even conversation intrude, take a few moments to sit in stillness. Close your eyes, place a hand on your heart, and ask with sincerity, "What do I need to let go of today in order to move forward?" The answer may be subtle, lingering self-doubt, a trace of anger, fear of failure, or even the quiet voice of comparison. Naming it and choosing to release it is not about pretending it doesn't exist, but about making space for something new to grow. As you breathe, say silently or aloud, "Today I release, so I can rise." This small ritual is a powerful act of purification. Just as a gardener clears the weeds before planting, we too must clear our mental garden each morning. Without doing so, we risk sowing seeds of scarcity rather than abundance. This practice, humble as it seems, aligns us with the energy of renewal. The Zen master Shunryu Suzuki once said, "In the beginner's mind there are many possibilities, but in the expert's there are few." Morning rituals return us to that beginner's openness, where all things are possible again. As the day closes and we return home from the tasks and demands of modern life, our energy may be scattered or low. It is in this quiet, reflective time, before we surrender to sleep, that we plant the seeds for tomorrow's abundance. Instead of reaching for your phone or turning on the noise of distraction, take 5 minutes to journal. Write down 3 things you are genuinely grateful for today. It could be as simple as the warmth of sunlight, a kind word from a colleague, or a meal you enjoyed in peace. Then write down 1 act of kindness you extended, no matter how small. Maybe you held the door open for someone, listened without interrupting, or offered encouragement. This practice of evening gratitude and kindness is not about ego or checking a moral box. It's about reminding yourself that giving is your natural state. The more we consciously notice the good, both received and given, the more our subconscious aligns with it. Buddhist teachings often emphasize that the path to joy is not in receiving, but in mindful giving. As the Dhammapada says, if you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. So each act of kindness, when done with awareness, becomes a prayer for prosperity, not just yours, but shared with the world. In modern life, where we are constantly told to do more, be more, and have more, these rituals are gentle revolutions. They shift the focus from frantic seeking to intentional being. Rather than hustling harder, they invite us to live deeper. Prosperity, in the Buddhist sense, is not merely material gain. It is a life filled with meaning, peace, generosity, and right action. And as we repeat these rituals day by day, we begin to notice subtle changes. More clarity in decision-making, a calmer heart in stressful moments, and a deeper sense of connection with the world around us. These changes build upon each other like droplets forming a stream, and eventually that stream becomes a river of abundance, steady, nourishing, and flowing in harmony with life. So the next time you think of prosperity, remember, it is less about what you chase and more about what you choose to align with. As Lao Tzu wisely observed, when you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Let your rituals be small but sacred. Let them be done with presence, not pressure. And let them serve not only your well-being, but also the well-being of all you touch. In this way, you do not just attract prosperity, you become a living expression of it. Thank you for joining me today on the journey of wisdom. As we've explored, true luck doesn't just come from numbers. It comes from awareness, generosity, and alignment with the flow of life. Whether it's number 27, 44, or 3, each symbol holds a deeper message to help you live with more clarity, compassion, and purpose. If today's video offered you insight or inspiration, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos, especially as we continue to blend timeless Buddhist teachings with the energy of the week ahead. Until next time, may your path be guided by truth, and may your fortune rise from a heart that gives freely and lives fully. Take care and keep walking the journey of wisdom.